Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. Today I'm here for a review of a very, I would say, simple or modest pen. This pen is a Reynolds pen. I don't know much about it, besides it is a Reynolds. It's made of plastic and it is purple. There is not much information available on the models that Reynolds made. And now I'm noticing it still has a little bit of glue from the sticker from the store where I bought it. Okay, removed. So, I got this pen in used condition in a store that sells used stuff here in Lisbon, and I got two pens. I got this one and like the brother. This is purple, this is green, and this was used and this was unused. I got them both, no boxes, not anything, I think for around €5. So I thought it was interesting. And I bought it. It is a simple pen. I would say like a school pen that is made of plastic. It has the barrel, the cap. The cap has two parts. The little part, it has the cigar shape. The top of the cap is a black dome. Then it has the ring that fixes the clip on place. The rest of the cap is plastic, the rest of the barrel is plastic, only one piece. It has a line there that makes a couple of lines that make parallel lines that make kind of a cap band, and it says Reynolds there, nothing more. No, there is not any engraving else on the pen. The cap clicks in place. I think it goes there on this place that is more wide. It has a gold colored ring between the section and the barrel. The section is black. It tapers down and you have this kind of nib that flares out quite a bit on the side since the beginning, and then it has the R from Reynolds and no information about the line thickness, and I would call it a medium line. I have a cartridge there. It takes two international short cartridges or a long international cartridge. They will fit inside the barrel. It screws in place. I would say because this is made of plastic, there is no holes anywhere, and also the threads are made of plastic. I would say, and the walls are quite large as you may see, I would say it is possible to eyedropper this pen, but I didn't try because I don't like eyedroppering pens. And so this is it, a very simple, this cigar shaped pen. It is fairly light. I would say it was created as a school pen, and it posts nicely and becomes a nice size, not top heavy. I find that this doesn't affect the balance of the pen at all, and it becomes much bigger. So what can I know about this? Nothing really. I just know that Reynolds is a brand that was founded in the United States of America in 1945, and it was the brand that was responsible for the introduction of the ballpoint pen in the United States. So yes, it is interesting. It's interesting they made fountain pens, but it is also, maybe it's because of them that fountain pens started declining. But today there are ballpoint pens and people are buying fountain pens again. So maybe there is room for every kind of writing system. I know that this brand now is a branch of the Newell group, and it is based in India now. And they make pens there. They have one fountain pen model, and it's not this one. I would guess this one comes from the 1990s, maybe. But it's just a guess based in anything. I find the material quite interesting. It has nice shading, but I think this is so well made that you start to believe there is some chatoyance in this material, but I don't really think it is. It is just well made, and it mimics that chatoyancy well, but when you do this you can see there is none. The green version is also nice because it has some yellowish tones. This pen feels a lot like Brazilian mood to me. I don't know why. Maybe because of the colors of the black, and I think of rainforest and so on. And I have to say that this pen reminds me a lot of this one because the material seems to be more or less the same. This is a Waterman Reflex. But there is no chatoyancy here, but the material is quite well made also. It has the same kind of closing system. The nib is different, but of course, but it has the same kind of feel. And I think these are nice school pens, and I really love pens that write, that are good, inexpensive, that you can take with you, and after some years they still write well. Now, just for some comparison with other pens that we already know, here is the Parker Centennial Du Fold. It is almost of the same length, so not a small pen, but less girthy. And then the Lamy Safari, which is also the same size. Now, when we uncap, we have the small nib on the Lamy LX, the big nib on the Du Fold, and the smaller nib on that pen. But it is not that small because it has a quite wide shoulders, I would say. It is interesting. It is a steel nib, nothing special to it, but it is nice, and it is not one of those generic nib. At least it has the R from Reynolds logo there, which is nice. And you see the nib is not that small compared with the Parker Du Fold nib. So this is quite interesting. It's not the most amazing pen you'll see online, but I think it's nice. And let's see how it writes. And here we have the pen and the paper. And let's write. So this is the Reynolds, and I call it purple because I don't have any other information about it. The ink inside is the Kaweco Summer Purple, and the paper is the usual Rhodia pad. And about the writing experience, I have to say the pen writes quite well, but like you saw here, sometimes with some faster lines, some faster strokes, it skips just a little bit, you see? So it's not 100% reliable. I do not know if there is still some, I cleaned the pen, but I'm not sure if there are some remainings of inks inside. I did not try the green one that is as new condition, not yet at least, but this one has this problem. When I write slower, it doesn't have any problem, so it keeps up. Maybe it's not clean enough, maybe it is a fault of this pen, I'm not really sure. I didn't make the comparison with the green one. So if you know anything about that, if you have any experience with this pen, please tell me. But I find it writes quite well, even with the Kaweco Purple, which is kind of dry ink. Just bear in mind that it skips when you make these very fast movements, not when you write normally. The line of the pen is quite fine, so I'm quite unsure if it is a fine or a medium. If you try to have some line variation, yes, you can force some. About the reverse writing, it is scratchy. Forget about it. I even pressed the R when I said scratchy. It's awful. And I would say it is quite wet. And because the feed delivers this amount of ink to the paper, to the tip of the nib. Actually, I'm not sure if that skipping that it has, it may have to do with ink or maybe with some remainings of dried ink inside and not with a defect of the pen, because if there were flow issues, it will not be as wet as it is for such a fine nib. Okay, so this is a simple pen. Maybe one day I'll try the green one and will be sure of the problems, if it is a problem with this particular pen, or if the other one, because it's new, there is no trouble, and if there is a trouble, it means it is the feed. I may even change inks and try it, but this was just to show you the pen. It is nice, it works well, but it is those kind of pens that doesn't really do much for me, so I may try to ink it sometime later just for something, but it's not the kind of pen that I will give it a lot of attention in the future. But I thought it was fun to have another pen from another brand that I didn't have any, which is Reynolds. So I hope you liked it. If you had any of these pens, maybe when you were in school, please let me know, because I would be quite interested to know the time frame these were made. So you saw, now it skipped. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and this little pen with that skipping trouble, but please tell me in the comments what you thought about the skipping issue, and if you have one of those pens and if you ever have a problem with them. So see you in the next video. Bye.